Warm Yasharala. Before we go into this lesson, we give all honor and all glory and all praises to Yahweh, Sokal, Halaliam, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. We give double honors to the apostles and prophets and elders of James Camp, better known as a Great Millstone, for the bring forth the 100% true that we currently edified under. Today's lesson, we are going to be basically addressing a comment that was on the comment board, I believe, Yasharala, where a guy said that there's only two commandments which is to be done, because as we know, they are not knowing the scriptures, because if they would have had more understanding, they wouldn't have used the two great commandments as for just two only commandments, right? So I want to go into it, but before I go into it, this is the reason why we study to show ourselves approved, rightly divine the word of truth. A workman needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, because clearly, if he had studied enough, you would have had more understanding. So this is a lesson to edify those who are unaware of what is really it's talking about. So let me grab it a little, let me grab into it, let me go into it. Let me grab the topic of the lesson itself, which is Matthew chapter 22 and verse 34 and verses and to 40 to be exact, where it says, read from the top, where it says it says, now we're to read what you see on top here, Mark chapter 12 and verse 28 to 34, which gives a cross reference to the two greatest commandments, right? Now watch this carefully here. Now let me read from the top. It says, but when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Now listen to this part. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, Master, what is the great commandment in the law? Now we have where Yahawashi Hamashiach answered and said unto him, Thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandments. Now, second part, it says, and the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And on these two commandments hang all the laws and the prophets, which in understanding sums up on these two precepts, according to the definition, the outline of biblical usage, summed up all these laws and these prophets. So now we have to ask our questions. What does that mean? And in order, because remember the scripture said to the law and testimony, so in order for you to understand that, it's not hard. We could either go back into the law showing you the commandments, or let's do it this way. So as we go into it, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, that's because there's no light in them. The two great commandments was already broken down, because the scripture said, John chapter 14 verse 15, I believe, if ye love me, keep my commandments. And as we reiterate further, roughly paraphrasing, and Yahawashi out of his own mouth says this, that that which he had said is given to him by his Father which sent him. So the two great commandments would be going to, when they grab John chapter, first John chapter 5 and verses 1. I'll read from 1 coming down to about 3, where it says, whosoever believeth in Yahawashi is Hamashiach, is the Hamashiach, or is the anointed, right? But Yahawashi Hamashiach is born of the Most High. And everyone that believeth in him had begot, loveth him, or began to love him. Slacker. Love him also that is begotten
of him, Salakia. Salakia for the misread. It says in verse 2, it says, by this we know that we love the children of the Most High. And it says, when we love the Most High and keep his commandments. So you hear that? How do you love your brothers? By keeping the commandments of Yahawashi, by fearing Yahweh. Simple as it is. And verse 3, it says, for this is love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. So we answer these two questions with this precept, showing you the first and great commandment is by keeping the Most High's commandment. That's how you show love unto him. And guess what? Not just that, but guess what? The second commandment is love thy neighbor. By how do we do that? By also keeping the commandments of Yahawashi Moshe. That's why it says, on these two hang all the laws and the prophets. Because by doing so, by diligently seeking and keeping the laws such as the commandments, the law and the testimony, we are showing love to thy brother. By not watching his wife, by not being jealous and want to slay him with the sword for their things, by not committing adultery upon his wife, by not murdering him. So that, you understand? So that's just what it is. We show love to our brother. So let me grab and a perfect picture of that is Romans chapter 13 and verses 8. I can read from 8 straight down. And I want to show you something. Let me read it. It says, right. Romans 13 and 8. Owe no man anything but love one another. Listen to this. For he that loveth one another had fulfilled the law. Now listen to this part. For this, meaning, how do you do so? For this particular way, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet, and if, listen to it, and if there be any other commandments, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. It clearly explains what that love is and how do we establish that love with our brethren. Well, I continue going down and says, verse 10, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. You can't get it any clearer than that. So if you're trying to establish and say that, these two great commandments, because of these, all the other commandments are exempted, I don't mean it anyway, no. But you need to come out of that slow-mindedness. You made that comment so boldly and was fighting that battle down, where I have to tell you, you are incorrect, sir. I even said you need to go and read. Read it again. Study it a little bit more. You will get the answers. And watch this funny thing, This same precept, which we read in the beginning, Matthew 22 and verses 34 to 40, carries you to where? Mark chapter 12 and verses 28 to 32 or 33. Now let me grow up. Let me press the cross reference to see where this goes back to. It carries it back to what? The two greatest commandments. Let me read. And Yahawashi answered him. The first of all commandments is, Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our power, is one power. And thou shalt love thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. Second, as we read in Matthew, the exact same precept. Because let me read. It says, and the second is like, namely, this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And there is none other commandment greater than these. Because with these commandments, it's established by the law, by the standard, which is the law, the order in which we keep it. So stop trying to usher in, right, that carnal way of love. That carnal love that you're trying to usher in is not biblical. That way the scripture said to the law and to the testimony. Come on, man. This carries you back to what? Matthew chapter 22. Actually, I hit the crossroads, but I don't hear it. I don't press it already. Chapter 40. Exact same precept. Exact same precept right here. So look right here. Thou shalt love thy Yahweh thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. So at the end of the day, if you're trying to get away from keeping the laws, such as commandments, it is, sorry to say, you cannot get away from it. Even though we are in captivity, and we may not be able to keep plenty of them things properly, we still ought to try our best to diligently seek Yahawashi by keeping the laws and commandments, by rehearsing the righteous acts. Remember, it is our duty since the beginning, the timing of Adam, to keep this, which has been passed down to all the generations coming down to the Israelites. And all generations, has been passed down from generation to generation, from the lineage leading to the Israelites. Let me grab that precept before you close off. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 13. Straight to the point. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandment, for this is the whole duty of man. You can't get it better than that. Right? So I hope, my brother, you happen to stumble across this video, because I will be, I think I did, I can't remember if I have you as a friend or I'll probably share it to everybody. I will share this link to you. So I hope you have received that edification, right? I really hope that at the end of the day, we still continue to rehearse the righteous acts and not use these things as a means to do what you want and eat what you want, because that is not lawful according to scriptures. Alright? We try our best on this side to keep it. Our foods may be defiled. Yesterday I was showing Brother Abana that even the flour that we consume, majority, if not majority of the flour in Trinidad, has maturing agents in it. These are very harmful for the human body. You understand where I'm coming from? So just imagine that. As simple as that is defiled. You understand? So what do you think else would be? So Shalom Yasharala, Kal Halaliam Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakwadash. We give double honors to the apostles and prophets and elders of GMS Camp, better known as Great Millstone, for the bring for the 100% truth that we currently edified under, as well as the like-minded brothers speaking the like-minded truth. Shalom to them. Shalom to the elect, the tabernacle of David. And I am your boy Kazak Yasharala. And I hope this lesson was indeed edifying. And I hope you all take heed and understand the scriptures more. Try to, if we can, that we read and we be sincere in the name of Yahawashi, that we understand the scriptures even better, and that we grow and not remain stagnant. So, shalom.